guys, so I'm back to do my review on the Lorac Pro 2 palette and see how much I like it. And I must say I am really impressed with this palette. I love it just as much as I love the first one. I'm just a Lorac Pro palette. Right now you can buy it on Ulta.com. I believe it is not sold out. You can get it in your local Ulta on the 29th. So if you want to actually go and swatch it on your hand and things like that, you can do that. So this is the Lorac Pro. This is the first one. And the Lorac Pro 2. So that's the difference between the first one and the second one. Personal opinion, I think they should have put a 2 on here. That's just my personal thing. I get they put the different colors so you can tell the difference, and I know they had the 2 on the box so that you didn't buy the 1 instead of the 2 and you wanted to buy the 2. But they should have put the 2 on the actual palette. Just my personal preference. I would have liked to have the 2 on. The eyeshadows are very creamy. As far as fallout, I don't really have an issue with fallout because I put my foundation on after I do my eyeshadows. So if it is any fallout, it will get covered by concealer or foundation. So that doesn't really bother me. If you put your foundation on first, there will be some kind of fallout. I don't think it's major. I have noticed fallout, but not major. So this is the Lorac Pro 2. And it's gray. It's got the same mirror that the first palette. 8 shimmers on the top. 8 shimmers on the bottom, 8 mattes on the top. The difference in this palette is this palette has a little bit more of a cooler undertone, as you can see. Let's pull it back some. I feel like this palette is a little bit more for the spring and the summer with the pops of color, the blue and the plum and then the green. It's a little bit more softer. It's not as, I guess vampy. I don't want to say the first one can be a little vampy. It's got a little bit more darkness in the palette than this one does. This one's a little bit more brighter. So I guess it would depend on your preference as far as whether you like warmer tones or cooler tones. But as far as the palettes and the swatches, consistency, can't say that word, for the first palette or the original palette and this palette, in my opinion, are the same because I absolutely love it. But let's go ahead and get into some of these swatches. I did swatch some of them in a haul video, but I want to swatch the navy. That's the navy. I'm going to swatch the plum. I'm doing the mattes. This is plum. I'm going to swatch the nectar. This is nectar. And how many fingers I got left? 2 more. I'm going to swatch cool gray. And I'm going to swatch, let's swatch the black. And the black is on my thumb. So that's all your swatches. And this is them on my hand. Alright, so I swatched 5 colors of the mattes. Out of the 5 mattes, as I used the light brown, which I did not swatch. I used cool gray, I used nectar, and I used plum. I did not use navy yet, but this navy is gorgeous, and the black is black, like the first one. They have the same black, so the black from the first one is the same black that's in the second one. Alright, so that's your swatches from the first row. I'm not gonna do all of them. I'm just gonna give you. Alright, so I'm gonna swatch Cocoa. This is Cocoa. I'm gonna swatch Jade. There's Jade. I'm gonna swatch Silver. And I'm gonna swatch Chrome. This is Chrome. And I'm going to swatch Rose. So these are the swatches from the shimmery colors. And I'm going to swatch them under the mattes. So those are all the, I'm trying to get my arm in here right. So these are all the swatches that I did from the palette. And I did a look with the Lorac Pro palette on my face. I'm wearing Jade and Cocoa. Jade on the lid, Cocoa in the crease, and light brown as a highlight. And I also use light brown as a transition color. So, love this palette. I mean, I love this palette. Do you have to have both of them? No. I guess it would depend on personal preference. To say whether you should get the first one or the second one, that's a hard decision for me to tell. I personally would say get both, but I just can't pick. But I must say I like the more pops of color in the second one. So if I didn't have them, I might have gone towards the second one just because of that green and the purple. I love purple, and that green was banging. The green's like a green and a gold kind of mixture. So, and that's what the color I have on my eyes. And that green just really caught my eyes when I swatched it. So, if I had to pick, I'm going to go ahead and go with the second one. So, yeah, that was hard. But I'm going to go with the second one. Decide whether to get the palette. And thank you for watching. Bye, guys.